Hey, what's up, everybody? And welcome to day 13 of the 31 and 31. And I know there are a couple movies on this list that are not horror, but they're kind of disturbing movies in general. And it's because it's honestly, sometimes it's hard to find like a lot of horror based animated stuff that's not specifically anime and that's not like truly low quality. So there's going to be movies like this, like Plague Dogs, um, like the one that was for day two, The House. Like there's going to be movies like that on this because it's all different types of, like I said, animated horror. Then you even get something like Paranorman, right? Which we did, where it's not necessarily scary, but it definitely fits in the horror genre. So I hope you guys don't mind that I'm doing certain movies like this for this month. I know it's all October. I swear I'm gonna get more into like the horror in terms of some of the stuff and the gruesome graphic and whatever that's there. But today we are watching Watership Down. Um, Let me ask you a question. I asked you this in Plague Dogs, but this is a little different. Do you like rabbits? Do you like rabbits beating the shit out of each other? Do you like watching them getting hella bloody and violently attacking and getting attacked and all that stuff? Well, then, have I got a movie for you? This movie gets like disturbingly graphic for a PG movie. There's a lot of blood in this movie. I mean, well, you do get to see a rabbit kind of get its ears torn apart, but you don't see the aftermath of it. But rabbit on rabbit violence. If you're here for that, then I got a movie for you. I've got Watership Down. Um, it's a little more of like an adventure movie, but it definitely has a lot of disturbing imagery with it. And it's basically just about a group of rabbits, and one of them is like seeing visions and tells them that man is coming. Basically, it doesn't really say like man is coming, but at first of all, man. Um, but like man is coming, they're going to be expanding into the area that they have their little like hidey hole of their like den that's there, and they get a vision of it, and like the fields run with blood, and so they're like, well, we have to leave, and just a select group of them are like, okay, we're gonna get the fuck out of here, and it's their adventures on finding a new place to live, basically to settle down and to start a whole new den of rabbits, and it's all guided by the great god of rabbits that's out there that starts the whole movie and starts the story. So John Hurt does a voice in this movie. He's the main rabbit Hazel, which he does a really good job. I think the voice acting in the movie is pretty good, especially for something that it was released in, I believe, like 77 is when this movie was released. And it honestly, like, I've seen a lot of people talk about this movie, and it's one of those movies where, actually, it was released in 78, I think. Um, it it's one of those movies where people have such a like a varying opinion on it, and I definitely want to say that, you know, it's it's good, but I I don't know about some parts of it. It just seems like things keep moving. The thing is that like the pace, it works really well. Like I never felt bored. I never felt like I was gonna, move on from a section, or I just wanted something to end. Like I found the characters interesting. I found the setting interesting. I like the big bad guy that kind of shows up in the second act that has another den that is just a cruel slave driver. I like those things. I think his Woodward is his name. I love Bigwick. I think that character is really good, and especially in this type of movie, for what it is, right? And there are some scary parts with like the cat that shows up for a little bit, and a dog that's there that's like at this farm that they go to. It's like I said, it's an interesting movie, and it gets a little more like there's one specific scene that like was a little rough to watch, to be honest with you, where the rabbit Bigwick. I can never figure out if it was Bigwig or Bigwick. I think it's Bigwick, but because you've got people with British accents, it sounds like he's saying Bigwig. Um, or he gets trapped and they have to release him from the trap, and he's like choking on his own blood. Like literally the blood is like running down the side of his mouth and he's coughing it up and everything like that. And like the tension that's in there and the disturbing image of this rabbit just with like this wire noose around his neck, slowly getting the life choked out of him. It's pretty rough to like sit through and watch. If I was a kid, I'd be like, why? Why are you making me watch this, Mom? What? You said this was about bunnies. It's about bunnies. There's fucking bunny murder going on the screen. You know, like watching Bambi. You know, those type of things. But this is always on the list of like most disturbing animated movies that's out there, and that's why it's a part of this list. Like looking through and going through. Okay, I'm looking for adult animation that's horror related, and this movie gets put on those lists and it's just for the disturbing sequences that you watch in this movie. So it's on HBO Max right now. I don't know if it's going to be on something else in the future. Whenever you decide that you're going to look at this, I think that it's worth a watch. I think that if you're interested and the story sounds interesting to you, and you want to watch like a classic piece of animation, and it's beautifully animated for 1978. It's just like it you have to be okay with like animals getting hurt. And I think that's for a lot of people, that's what really like brings it forward with everything. So definitely check it out. It's a solid 3 out of 5 annoying fucking seagulls. That would be the I think the good standard for this movie. It's a good movie. It's not a great movie. It's not a terrible movie. Definitely has disturbing parts to it. So, well, I guess we'll be back. I promise we'll get more into like the horror world in the next couple movies. Promise, promise. Now, even here, look, get up to the screen. Pinky promise with me. I'll pinky promise. We'll do a couple more like horror related stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you back tomorrow for day 15.